Welcome to friendship. If you're losing on PvP today, chuck your speeder on and let your boss do the play. You scratch my CD, you know.
Welcome back to the Team Friendship Pod. This is special for WrestleMania. Night 1 is done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed what you heard. Straight into Night 2 now. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. So we had Night 2 start. Weather looked a lot better. They fixed obviously what they needed to fix. And it opened with Orton and The Fiend. I was a little shocked that this opened. I'd read earlier in the day that it was going to open, but I was shocked because of the magnitude I expected from the match. I thought it was definitely going on second last.
I was thinking middle.
I didn't expect first.
No, that was a bit of a fool.
I think that I understand why they put it first, so hopefully people will forget about it by the end of the night. Only because of what they've done to us. Again, another moment when I was screaming so hyped. Orton came out in no sexy white attire. Oof, Della was raging hard. Gets up on the top rope. Oh, it's fucking...
But did you notice... Sorry to interrupt you. Did you notice Edge and Orton had literally had exactly the same?
Rated RKO, baby. Yeah, rated RKO.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Tag teams. I don't think they're going to do that. I think Orton needs to stay solo, but it'd be nice.
Could, yeah.
They might do it for just for Edge, really.
Yeah.
The entrance, that Fiend entrance, unbelievable. Yeah.
Sick.
This comes out and you're like, what the hell is this massive red box? Starts winding it up, mate. The CGI. You know when he's walking forward, people are saying like when turn back to the old Fiend, like his old image, but he had the new top half, and then he had the red and black stripes or whatever, leggings. His top half was the same as his burnt, but just the face went back. They said all that was crap. I loved that when he was walking down that like
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because my biggest fear was having like Crispy Fiend going in there, and that was my biggest fear. Thinking, I hope to God they're not going to put Crispy Fiend in there. To me, it looks really kind of wooden. But when he come out from Crispy to the original Fiend, that was like really good. I was really pleased about that.
It sent my brain wild. I know we were in chat and I was saying, for me, it doesn't look like Fiend. It doesn't look like Bray Wyatt. He was way too quick for starters. No. Bray Wyatt's like a ring general. He's like, knows where he is and he works in different parts of the ring very slowly but very efficiently. This guy, whoever it was flying around the ring. I've never seen Bray Wyatt fly a ring that quick. Then, my brain was going wild and we were throwing out different stuff in the chat. Like, for me, I wanted Orton to like 1, 2, 3 him dead quick, and then Alexa to keep spinning it, and then another one would pop up until the final call would be the actual Fiend comes up. That for me was a better storytell than what we actually got. It felt like a bit. The Fiend no-sold the whole show. Like he no-sold Orton all the way through.
Yeah, and it didn't look like when I said before the event, I was saying, Christ, there's no way that the Fiend is winning this. I said, let's set this up for Orton to have his payoff, and he's going to go after championship after and have Orton last year or whatever, Orton back there again. But as soon as the match started, he started no-selling everything. Give him the standard Randy T off the ropes, with like through the middle ropes. Bang! He stands up, he's looking at Alexa. The Fiend just fucking goes whoop up on his feet, attacks him again. It was just like, oh my God, I know he does that all the time. He's done it with Rollins or whatever. But I thought there was absolutely no chance that Orton was winning. And then that Bliss thing, honestly, that was out of nowhere. I don't think anyone's seen that coming.
No, it's crazy. Yeah.
As soon as, though, I said to you, oh my God, boys, he's losing. Because he looked at Bliss. That was all happening. I couldn't even enjoy that moment because I knew he was going to lose.
He's going to do it,
I was like, he's going to RKO him. He's going to RKO him. And he just did it. And I was like, no, like I literally in the call like that for about 5 seconds. No.
One of the biggest things about the match is that the entrances were actually longer than the actual match.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
better
That
than them.
match was so long.
Far better than the match.
A match with
All
that
that
much
build-up.
Yeah, a match with that much build up, time, months. This feud.
It's like they wanted us
shit
to
it.
believe that the Fiend and Alexa Bliss had this massive problem with Randy and everything. But as soon as she appeared there with all that black goo, she didn't look at Orton once, and neither did the Fiend. She's looking at the Fiend even when Orton leaves, yeah? So they've wanted us to believe now, right, that Bliss and Fiend are completely against Orton and, like, we're going to fucking smash him up, this is what's going to happen, he's coming for you, he's coming for you, he's coming for you. Bliss has obviously done something. Bear in mind, she did have that Aleister Black logo behind her. She's looking at him, and from that point on, I just instantly knew they've just completely forgotten about Orton in the storyline. They just want us to forget that this ever happened.
Yeah.
It's all about, like, that was only there to set up now the next bit. That was never ever there for them, Orton, and, like, he set him up. He's setting him on fire, yeah? And, like, do you know if someone set you on fire, what, like, as in a storyline now, like, why would the pinnacle be of it? Oh, let's have a pro wrestling match. Like, all this build up, lit him on fire, yeah? He's haunted him. He's come back from the dead. Oh, I know I'm going to settle this. I'm going to have a fucking wrestling match with you. Like, that's not... It never needed to go to a Mania wrestling match. It should have been, like,
Hell in a
probably
Cell.
cinema. Like, yeah.
Hell
And,
in a
like,
Cell. If you're gonna do it in front of fans, that need to be Hell in a Cell, because Hell in a Cell would cover a lot of the visual.
yeah.
But I know what you mean. It should have been like Taker, AJ, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinematic.
Yeah. It should have been. And then it could have spilled out to Mania later on in the show.
yeah,
Do you get me?
yeah. Like dragged
didn't have to
him
go where
through
he
the
did.
back and then thrown him out the curtain or something, and then carried on the
Yeah.
match that way.
Yeah.
Literally, kind of like teleporting from say the old site of the Gray's house.
Yeah.
The what? Literally you
Pop up
go
there.
what? Literally getting in that witches circle type thing, and next minute the lights go out and they're in the ring.
Yeah, imagine that. See,
It was
look already that.
It was just a letdown. Let's not kid ourselves. It was a letdown. The entrances were longer than the actual match. The match made no sense whatsoever happening.
Yeah.
The whole Alexa Bliss thing, I mean, it got booed off. The lights go off and they're booed off. This match had so much hype for this Mania.
I know.
It was
He had a holy shit chance, didn't he?
it was the longest built feud,
I know.
and it was one of the quickest matches.
Oh, so depressing. And they always seem to just have the whole world in their hands, right, in a fucking segment
And then
or
fuck it up.
storyline like this.
Yeah,
And then
mess it
they
up.
just go, oh, I know, let's forget about everything we've done for the last 6 months and now just do a story with the Fiend and Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. I fully expect him to not even mention Orton. That's just done.
That's just
and then
done.
it's going to
That's
be,
exactly what I'm saying.
they're
Tosh,
not going to mention it. Yeah.
It's a shame, really. It's a shame.
Ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous.
But it's another example of someone that's so over that doesn't need a title. If you get on with Bray, that's as much money as holding a title is nowadays. Because he's that over. I'm just worried that this is going to ruin this whole thing. Like I said in call on the... After the match, actually. I said, I hope... No, it was before the match. I said, I hope Bliss leaves for a bit. Like, she's done with this storyline at Mania, and then she leaves for a bit. And they, like, let it die off so that whole segment, that build-up, that everything is just all one piece of work. Because it was fantastic, all the pyro and stuff. But I always said it will never work in front of fans. They proved me wrong to a degree, because some of the shit that they did where, like, he came out the box and when she was, like, on camera, dressed as what she is, and then 3 seconds later, she's at the top of the box dressed like something else. That was class to see. It was a clever camera angle. But I just think there's only so much of that wrestling fans are going to watch and be like, oh shit. Like, because if it becomes normal, it's just another thing that we see every week.
Yep.
Ali, what's your take on the match?
I liked it. So I think it was very clever the way they ended it. Like, most people knew that wasn't Bray. Like, most people expected that not to be Bray. So that's what they're leading to. I think the ending was class. Like, Bliss suddenly changing, sitting on top of the box, like with that satanic ritual behind the black stuff covering down his face and everything. That's class. The entrance pisses me off for. Because Orton's entrance is about 8 minutes long of him just slow walking down the ring. It's boring. I enjoy the Fiend getting up from everything. The Fiend is just come from being burnt alive. You can't like make him soft,
A
really.
wrestling match.
But in terms of a wrestling match, it was shit. Nothing in it.
It was a no selling for me. Like, if it's a wrestling match, you've got to sell.
So-
as strong as he is, you've got to sell.
So I liked it from a creative point of view, but from a wrestling point of view, it was shit.
Mm.
That makes sense.
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
The Go Home Raw doesn't need a teaser on Mania. It doesn't need that because
I
it's
hate
Go
this clip,
Home
man.
Raw. Yeah, it's Go Home Raw. It's going to get the views anyway. Everybody that's watched Mania over the weekend tunes into Raw. It doesn't need a cliffhanger like they've left it on. So I mean, like,
Mania's where the rivals end.
yeah, it's a fresh start. So I can see that they're obviously saying, right, this is carrying on, but we're going a different direction with it. But they could have done this tomorrow on Raw.
Tomorrow, yeah.
They could have had the match, settled that segment with Orton, done it properly, and then tomorrow on Raw, have him come out, squash somebody irrelevant, like maybe a Shelton Benjamin or someone who's doing nothing, like Hurt Business.
Yeah.
Let him come out, absolutely squash him, exact same thing, and Alexa screws him. That's all that had to happen. For me, it's a 3. Like that, it's a 3 because creatively, I can see what they're doing. But for a Mania segment, with taking into account the length of entrances, the actual match, it can't be any higher for me. 3. Alad?
I'll say a 4.
Del?
I'll go 4.5.
Serge?
5, because what she did look like very scary. Like now I've watched it back. In the moment, I hated it. I was like, my God, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is the worst thing since Goldberg. Blah 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 blah. But she looked like it's a serious thing going on here now. The Fiend like came back, and all the CGI was amazing. I'm sure that that isn't him though. I'm sure that it isn't him.
Tosh, score?
Well, I'm giving it a 6 just because we was all on call together, obviously watching it, and we was absolutely amazed until the actual match.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for the old spectacle, everything, I'm going to give it a 6 just because I love Bliss anyway.
Popular disclosure before we end this segment. Bliss is better than Fiend and has been for many months now.
Yeah, agreed.
Bliss is the best thing.
Bliss pushes this Fiend character without him even being there.
She's kind of like the puppet master now.
Yeah, she's class.
Yeah, it's gonna change around now. She's the best thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, Raw will be fun tonight on that. Right, so then we have obviously a follow up from Tag Team Shipmoil from the night before.
3, just a 3 for me. Bye.
Should we just skip it? To be honest with you, the match was bog standard. The only bit in the match for me, anyone can jump in afterwards, and if I don't think we're going to ponder too much on this match. I'm a big Natty fan. I think she's the best female wrestler in the company. But there was points in that match which were fucking shocking, based from Nia Jax. When Nia Jax mounted that top rope, and they were just stood there acting dazed and confused for a good minute and a half. Yeah. What the hell? Like, you need to be at your spot, ready to go, because they just looked stupid. Snooker and Natty. That was one spot. Yeah. Then the knee from Baszler. I don't know if you have seen the image of Natty's lip today.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. What?
She's done it to Asuka, didn't she?
Yeah,
it's the third or fourth time she's done it.
They're both dangerous, and they're both holding gold.
Yeah.
Get them belts off them.
They're losing it tonight.
They've got to 100%. Lose it. They've got to lose it back to Natty. They've got to lose it to Natty.
Yeah.
Snooker's so over.
Just lose them tonight.
Yeah.
I would have never thought I would have seen the day that people would actually cheer for Tamina.
Yeah.
That girl's worked. She's worked. She's worked though.
She's over though.
Yeah. She was actually class. She was really good.
Mate, she was like, there was a time when everyone was like, fuck, Tamina, class. And obviously, like, a different shape and stuff now. I'm not slating her for that, but she's lost so much weight again. I'm just hoping that she gets another chance. Because was she ever champ? Because she was in the era of divas.
No, I don't think she was.
No,
you know what I mean? And that's why, because she's not a diva, is she? You get me? She's not fucking bimbo like the others were. She is a fucking wrestler.
Yeah, they're winning it tonight. I'm sure that's going to happen.
Got to, don't they?
Yeah.
Why didn't they give her the Mania moment, man? Innit? Just give it to them.
I'm so over Nia Jax and Shayna. It's
so
shit.
Tragic.
Yeah.
I'm so over Nia Jax in general. Like, for me,
Oh,
she
she's
never
gotta
needs to be on
go.
my telly.
I'd rather be over than
She's-
under.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's so dangerous.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
I didn't really have interest in this match, I've got to be honest, based on yesterday. But
Yeah.
it was better, but it wasn't great again.
No, far from it.
The unfortunate thing is, and it's about time someone said it, you can't glitter shit. I mean,
Yeah.
them two holding
You can try.
titles, anybody that goes against them isn't having a good match. Because
No.
they're not good. They're not good. And it's a shame because I was a big Shayna fan. I expected her to come in and be an absolute warrior beast. I mean, this has crippled her. This tagging with Nia and being in this tag it's crippled her.
What I do like is that Natty was the only one getting the fans involved. She was like trying to involve them, cheering, tagging Tamina in when they wanted her in and everything.
She's so underrated. She's
that was
so
so
That's
underrated.
Natty, though, isn't it? That's
That
what
was
Natty
so
does.
good.
Yeah.
Like when it got me involved. But when it's like when you said, oh, they just sat on the top rope. What the fuck are you
Waiting.
doing?
Fucking.
Do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it looked bad for
The
Natty.
other two.
Yeah,
It looked worse for Tamina and Natty, but they just stand
Yeah.
there.
yeah,
It's not their responsibility. It's Nia's to fucking jump off the rope.
yeah. Timing's everything. She doesn't have it. She's terrible. I'm shocked she's still there. I mean,
See.
there's been plenty of times for a release for her. Plenty of times.
She's a Rock's. No, she's not the Rock's. She's somebody's cousin, isn't she?
Yeah, she's part of the Samoans.
She
She
related
won't
to
leave
that.
the company because she's somebody's cousin. I don't know who.
Yeah,
It's
she's
Rock.
She's Rock's cousin. Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Still, she's terrible and she needs to be gone. I
She's
mean,
terrible.
we're not gonna ponder on it. 5 minutes is more than enough that I was willing to spend on it.
Yeah,
so
let's go.
I'm gonna give it a 3, and that's only because Natty was in the match. Aled,
Two.
Del,
3. Same as yours, Natty, in the match.
yeah, Sage,
I'll give it a 4 because Tamina was very over.
Tosh,
1. Didn't like it whatsoever.
don't like it. Well, we got lots to speak about in the next match. Possibly the best match of Mania, and we're just gonna roll straight through with it. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
outstanding.
So good. It was so good.
It was
always going to be good. We knew it was going to be what it was.
best
I'm
thing for
sure
me.
that they had their time class.
The whole Logan Paul thing, the fact they never got involved in the actual match at any
Yeah, they did
point,
it right.
brilliant. That's how you use it. That's how you use a celebrity at Mania for me.
I don't get what the point of him was. I think the point of him was just for the end part. But I saw Sammy
They argued on
getting-
Twitter, didn't they?
I get
They
that,
argued on
but
Twitter.
Well,
But, like,
That's why.
it's the
Sammy
press,
got
isn't
him
it?
as his friend and everything.
It's the press.
Well, I
How many times have you seen today on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram? Logan Paul took a stunner. It's bare press.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair. He did sell it well, to be fair.
Mad sell.
It was no Austin Rock, but it was a good sell.
It was a good
Yeah.
song.
The match itself, though, let's get into that.
It was
Faultless, right?
class.
It was class.
It was absolutely class. I mean, there was some spot like just obviously they got mad chemistry. I bet they could think like they could literally do like look at each other, and go, oh, mate, should we do that? Should we do that match we done 17 years ago? Remember when we? And they're like, yeah, let's do that one. Do you get me? They're putting on matches patched out, spots, everything, you know, because they've obviously wrestled so many times together. And I don't know what it was about last night, but everything, and I mean everything in that match, was 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm sure the time had been cut, or they said like, listen, you got to be finished with this amount of time, and they'd obviously have been happy with it because they planned a longer match. I thought it was going to go a lot longer than what it did, and they've just, mate, the intensity. It was the first good match of the night, so everyone was up for it. They were like, thank fuck for that. You got rid of the women, and the Fiend and Orton is gone, and like after them 2 matches, you can't really go wrong. So they benefited from that as well, but not that they needed to because the match itself was fucking wicked.
That
To
could.
be honest, they are 2 of the best wrestlers in the company,
Yeah, agree.
in the world.
Agree.
Fucking brilliant.
That could have went another 20 minutes, and it would have still held all of my focus because
Yeah,
it was
yeah, definitely.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
You had
outstanding.
so many good spots in the match, though. There were so many. I don't remember the move, but when Kevin Owens countered Sami Zayn on the top rope, and he like swung him over his shoulder and landed on top of him, and they both just laid on the floor. Then it's my favorite.
It all gels and it flowed nice.
Yeah, they're always the same, them two, aren't they? They know each other so well.
I think the trust element, it showed massively. They didn't get. They trust each other that much that they were willing to do anything.
Anything. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it really showed. I mean, I hope that isn't it for Sammy in the company, because I still think he's got more to give. And I think he's done well with this gimmick. But, I mean, in ring,
He's dancing me. Brilliant.
The guy's insane in ring. He's so good. And put him up with a Kevin Owens, you steal the show. For me, that's my 10. I think it's a 10. It was that good. It could be a 9 based on time, but that's not on them. That's literally on whoever's booking the show. As for a match, the time they were given and what happened within that match, that's a 10.
Yeah.
And it's a ballsy 10. Like, people might disagree with it. Let us know in the comments. But that is a 10 match. You would watch that, and that could main event next WrestleMania without a belt. It was that good.
I would agree. I would give it a high 9. I would like 9.5, 9.75. I don't think it was a 10, but it was very good.
Yeah, 9 from me as well for that. It was expected, so I can't give it a 10.
It's a 9 for me. That was a main event for me. That was so good.
9.5. Okay, let's talk about that stunner then. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Paul brothers, but it was so good. Like, he did sell it. He did well.
He's done when they said that he was on this bloody show and all that, and he appeared on SmackDown, it was just like, what are you there for? And then the day after, I was like, after everything, like, obviously he's come back from all the shit he'd done when he was younger, he's actually got some serious fucking pull. Like you said, all the press today talking about the stunner that he took, the kick that everyone has heard, like the stunner that everyone's heard around the world and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if that was just like, he gets mad press. Mad press. He might not be the best person in the world, like, but he's done well, and I think he respects the business. He didn't just show up.
He was a wrestler.
Yeah, no, he's a wrestler. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We'll probably see him again. Yeah,
I'm glad that he didn't say anything or he didn't get involved. He was just there for expression.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know if any of you watch AEW. Doing Orange Cassidy did it. And it was just all expression. I can't remember who was fighting, but it was all expression from him. Logan Paul did it so well. To give him credit, he did it really well.
Yeah, he did, and that's what I'm saying about him not getting involved in that match. If that's a turning point for how celebrities did, I mean, let's look at it. There were the 2 celebrities on the card. It was Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. That is how you use celebrities.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. They didn't get involved. They let that match flow. The match ran its course, 1, 2, 3, and then the celebrity bit kicks in. I think they've fucked up a few times over the years with celebrities and putting them in tags, and they can't wrestle, and they take the odd slam or whatever, and it's just, celebrity match. I'd rather watch a female match than a celebrity match, because half the time, you know the celebrities can't do shit. But
yeah.
Bad Bunny came, stole the show in his match, like, flabbergasted a lot of the world, I think, with how much work he's actually put in. I mean, it says a lot about the person that he's willing to take time out of his own career to put that type of work in. I mean, it helps him too, obviously, with the tour and stuff, but he could have just shown up, like, took a day's worth of bumps and been like, right, okay, and then you're on Mania. This guy's been going for months. Then you got Logan Paul, comes out on was it Raw? And he just did that little segment with Sami Zayn. He was like, oh, whatever. Yeah, and then he took the push from Kevin Owens, and then Mania, he just sits ringside, and then eats a stunner, and then leaves. Like, perfect. It's perfect. I hope that's how they grade it going forward, like, when it comes to celebrities. If you're not worth being in ring, sit at the announcer's table and then have a spot after a match. I like that. But overall, good match. Like, very good match. Sage nailed it on the head. 2 of the best talents in the company. But you could even say world, to be fair. They're travelled. Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, we all rate that high. Okay, so we just had like an absolute banger match. 9s, 10s around the Friendship Room. How do you follow that up? We have Sheamus and Riddle for the US title.
It was quite a brutal match. That ending, great. that whole, like, there was like 4 or 5 moves in a row, reversal, fucking counter, bang, smash, and then it was like finisher. Bit of getting with the botch off the top rope. I was looking to see what I was looking forward to see what that was going to be like with Sheamus's what's it called? His finisher, holds him around the back. He fell off the top rope, didn't they?
Yeah. He's balanced, isn't
He fell off the top rope, but that would have been class to see. He would have obviously kicked out of that. But that ending, backflip, fucking bro kick.
he?
Oh, bust his face up, like,
One of the
brilliant.
best I've ever seen.
That is one of the best fucking endings to a match ever.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's like Evan Bourne backflip into RKO, like,
Oh yeah.
legendary, that is.
Oh man, I think when we do the next wrestling special podcast, not to go too far away, I think we go old school, like an old school themed one where everyone brings a pay-per-view or something from like the 90s, early 20s. That'd be good, right?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, so with this match for me, obviously I'm not a Riddle fan. What it is for me with Riddle is too goofy. Not a big fan of it. Too goofy.
Bro.
Yeah, I can see how good he is in the ring. I'm hoping that whole, that glazed look he had at the end of the match and he's spitting blood out of his mouth and he's just staring at him. I hope this is the change for him because this scooter bollocks and...
The scooter's class.
Oh, no, Aled. No.
The scooter's class.
It's horrendous. This is a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
You're a champion as well. Like, it's just not needed. Let some other person like R-Truth give him the scooter. He's the comedy guy.
He was, don't he look like Jay off Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah, he does. I love Jay and Silent Bob. Kevin Smith. Jason Mewes.
He reminds me of him so much. He had a tag match. Oh, he was with Pete. When he was with Pete Dunne, innit? Sorry, when he went to tag champs in NXT. I wanted him to come out dressed as Jay and Silent Bob. It would have been mint.
Yeah.
Imagine Pete Dunne when he was a bit bigger. Like, that would have been sick.
It was the finish for that. I mean, it did wonders to them both if they are changing Riddle because Sheamus maintained strong, and he looked game as fuck for it the whole match all the way through. Never skipped a beat other than that one error in the match. But as for like his clotheslines, his lariat, like everything in that match, they both looked good at, and it helped both of the characters. That for me, the main story of that match was not only Sheamus is now US champion again, which is brilliant because he had a brilliant run with it when it was the old US title.
He never lets you down, Sheamus, does he? You
Never,
know what you're getting.
Yeah, veteran. And then that whole visual at the end where Riddle looks fuming, he's spitting blood, like he could go heel really, like proper heel. It's interesting. If I see him flying around on a scooter tonight on Raw, I'm turning the fucker off. And he got given some skins from RVD, so unless he's rolling up a blunt out the back.
Yeah.
That was a fucking useless segment. That was just, go sell your skins. Class. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It had its spots. Brilliant finish.
Yeah, it was decent. It was better than I think most people expected.
Yeah, it was definitely better than what I expected.
I did say it was going to be
No, you did say.
Not to flex. Not to flex.
You did say. I did say that Kevin and Sammy would steal it. I think they did. But
I'll give you that.
On paper, this match shouldn't have been up there, and it definitely delivered.
Yeah, it was one of the better ones, to be fair.
Yeah, it really was. So good shout on that one, Tosh. That was an early prediction from you. 7.5 for me for the finish. Aled?
An 8.
Del?
7.5.
Sid? 8. And Tosh?
8 from me.
Next one. Oh, God. The Nigerian drum match. Power Cruise vs. Big E.
But they didn't use any drums.
But he had the accent, Aled.
Yeah. He is a proper Nigerian. Come on.
That's not what they were supposed to do. They weren't supposed to use drums. They were supposed to beat each other like a drum. I understand
that, but you had all of them bongos around them. I thought they would have used them. They didn't use them.
It would be like, because that's not what they were.
They look like toilets as well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
It's
Little
not
carrying
dumb.
over, like.
The biggest thing is his it came second class post his accent, because I think his first promo when he came out with his character, he was just Apollo, and then like the week later or 2 weeks later, he had an accent. Like what the? He's just not been believable for me. But in that match, that has
Took
to
some
be
mad
one of the
spots.
most violent matches he's been in. I don't think I've seen a
Yeah.
match of Apollo taking the bumps and hits and the kendo
Yeah.
racks. I've never seen him take that, and I think he dealt with it really well.
You know that drop that they're on the apron, and he's lifted him up, slammed him down. He's like overturned, and he come down right on the shoulder on the edge of the stairs. Bang, and he tumbles off. I remember me and O going, oh my days! At the same time, like it was like very sore. He must be very sore.
But what made me laugh at it near the end with Dabakato coming out, the announcers didn't acknowledge who he was.
Yeah, they're obviously going to rename him, right?
I did see on online what his name was. I think they have got a name for him, but I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, they'll rename it. It'll be a Nigerian themed name or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
Cabadito.
It's stupid, really. I mean, it's so borderline racist.
That's his name.
I hate this whole gimmick.
His name's what?
That's his name, though, isn't it? That's his name now, isn't it?
Cabadito.
That is his name. No, Nigerian drum.
I thought it said hot potato.
You
What?
play it and all.
Hot potato.
I mean,
I'm sure one of the commentators did say his proper name, though. I'm sure one of the commentators eventually said it's Dabakato.
Dabakato! Dabakato!
it wasn't a long match, but I mean,
No.
Yeah.
I seen loads of people slating it because of the spot, like the interference. And they was like, what a wrong time to make a debut. Well, no, it's the best time.
yeah, it is a bit.
The only way Biggie was going to lose.
Debut was good.
Biggie needs to go, and like the actual match was right as well. I quite enjoyed it. They smashed each other bad.
I'll interrupt you for a minute. They WWE filed a trademark for Commander Aziz.
That's brilliant. I like that. It's good.
So that's I've just literally quickly searched it.
Commander
Yeah,
Aziz.
it's not bad at all.
That's
that.
why he was wearing the commander's top as well. And
Yeah,
then
he was,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson's Thriller trousers, though.
Yeah, it's not bad, to be fair.
White with a red stripe.
The Thriller.
It could have
Dabba,
been
are you
worse.
okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Dabba? Dabba, are you okay?
It could have been Shabba Dabba Doo, so that's not too bad.
Hey, Commander, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Aziz, Commander, are you okay? Are you okay?
So yeah, it is what it is. It didn't hurt Big E to lose it. I mean,
Nah.
No,
The way
no.
he
I don't
lost
think
was
anyone's worried about that, because he's just gonna this is gonna make him turn animalistic and strong again.
Yeah.
They can fix
Yeah,
Big E. They can fix Big E, but they're not gonna. They're gonna keep tagging him with the New Day.
Oh,
They're too
don't
much
you
money on
dare be sour. Lose to your Nigerian father.
And your Commander Aziz.
Why make him put on an accent?
Yeah, it's so stupid. And if you're gonna give him an accent, give him it from the moment that you've brought him back to TV. Don't do a promo and then sort it the week after.
Well, it's a bit like Kofi Kingston, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He messed that up for himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just didn't do it, did he? In that promo with that, and Triple H called him out. It was good, fine. Do you know what, though? Apollo, yeah? You know, like me, if I go like that, I still sound like myself. Because that's my that's my voice. In his match, he's obviously talking like that, like Nigerian. And then in his match, he's like, ow, like American. Like, like getting smacked with a cane. So he's like, what the fuck? Like, you don't even sound Nigerian when you're, like, getting smashed up.
I don't like Apollo. Like,
Apollo!
he's the right winner and all, and I'm glad Dabakato actually did something useful.
Apollo's
Hopefully
stock.
he drops it off.
Apollo's stock went up last night for me. I mean,
Yeah,
he took
but
some
it off.
bumps there. Like,
It's just a gimmick.
it is the gimmick. The gimmick's terrible.
So shit.
It's
With his
terrible.
spear shovel, what is he holding?
Well, it depends where they're going to go with it now. Whether they'll just be him and Kato, or he'll add someone else to it to be like a stable type thing.
Well, he's champion,
Not
right? Now the problem is they already have this same story running with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, where there's a protector. It can't work the same way.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just copying your own stuff.
I see what you mean. I don't even know who Apollo versus.
No, I don't know who's that. It's got to be Big E. He's got to carry on with Big E. He has to.
I feel like if it's Big E, then they will get involved.
Oh,
So they'll have an extra. It'll be 2-on-2 or 3-on-2.
Yeah.
Or Big E will find someone else. I don't think it's realistic that Big E wins a 2-on-1.
Depends on the build. That's what I'm saying. If they fix him now to be like what he used to be, like a protector, wasn't he? He was like when he was slapping chalk off his hands and stuff. Like, it's very believable that if he went back to that type of character, that he could.
When he was with AJ Lee and
AJ Lee, yeah.
That was class.
But that's what he needs to go back to for him to be believable as this absolute weapon.
Yeah, at this current stage, I don't see Big E winning if he does visit Apollo again.
No, he needs fixing.
Fucking Apollo as champion.
He needs. So I'm gonna rate it a 5. I don't think it was terrible, but it wasn't outstanding. 5 for me. Aled?
I'll give it a 4 because Apollo won.
Tell.
4.5.
Serge?
I'll give it a 5.5 because the championship match changed hands. It was quite brutal. Big spot debut.
Yeah, the
not,
debut.
not the best, like not best, but it was a standard Mania filler match, and it was better than like a normal match. Get me?
Yeah, agree.
So 5.5.
Tosh.
I'm giving it a 5.2 because I just like the name Commander Aziz.
Seems legit.
5.2.
5.2. 5.2.
5.2, 5, 7, 8, 9.
Right, so probably one of the most anticipated female matches was the debut of Rhea Ripley against Asuka for the Women's Championship. I like Ripley. Someone else want to take the lead on this one?
I think that the match itself wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. The outcome just made up for it because I had a bad feeling then halfway through that Asuka was going over. Because I was expecting a return. I don't think the crowd were into it. I think they were tired waiting for that last main event. I don't think they're into it as much. I think it was the quietest crowd they'd been for the night. They did pick up though, and they popped obviously when Rhea won. But other than that, for myself, I was just happy Asuka lost.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was shocked.
Sorry, that's very rude.
I was shocked.
Well.
I was shocked that Rhea won because they literally Io dropped the belt on NXT, then Sasha dropped the belt to Belair. I just thought surely not all 3 belts are dropping. I just had a feeling Becky was coming back in that match. I just had a feeling.
I don't know if it was just me, but the finish was a bit meh.
Well, it was just.
I agree, yeah.
She reversed the riptide, didn't she?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She reversed something, and then she hit a riptide, and that was it. I thought it would have been better compared to the finishes we had throughout the day.
Yeah, I agree.
Just went for that shock value then, because it was not enough happening in the match for me. I thought I was going to be glued to the screen, but I actually went to the toilet and stuff. As bad as it sounds.
I enjoyed the match. Like, the match was decent. I just think the finish was a bit.
The biggest problem for me now is what does Asuka do? They've left her with this horrible gimmick. Made her look weak again on a bigger stage. Like, obviously, Ripley's their girl. Like, going forward, she's going to be bigger than Charlotte. I mean, the world's at her feet. I think you've said that, Sage, multiple times. But she needs people like Asuka. Asuka should have kept that belt. I think it's too early. If they know they're going to put all their chips in on Ripley, there was no rush.
I thought she was going to win it last year.
This is Ripley's first title on the main roster. First title chance.
Yeah. Her debut, mate.
I thought she's already debuted. Oh no, that was a tag team match, ignore me.
What are you on about?
She had a tag team match with Asuka, didn't she?
What, last week?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, Mania debut I'm on about.
Yeah, this is her first pay-per-view debut though, isn't it? And it's straight in for a title.
But, like, who challenges Rhea?
This is it. Charlotte's got to come back, right? Charlotte's the only one.
You can't.
But you can't do that much yet, can you? It's just a waste.
Like, what do you call it? You can't bring Io up to challenge Ripley.
No, it's pointless.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
What I would do now is have Belair versus Rhea tonight. It's fuck it. Let them put on a classic and show why they're the champs.
Someone's coming back tonight.
There was reports of Becky in training.
I think she's teasing.
Yeah, I feel like it's a troll. I feel like it's a big troll. I think it's just her showing that she's now back to the gym ready.
Yeah, she was trolling on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to say now that she hasn't obviously shown up. But
yeah.
I mean, at the
Probably
time, that's
probably first one out tonight.
that's the fun of Mania, isn't it? The trolls.
Yeah.
It's the fun of it.
What could be good if Shayna and Nia drop the belt and they have a little like they break up? Shayna versus Ripley.
Yeah, Shayna vs Ripley would be a sick man.
I'm not into Shayna anymore though since she gone and done that. I can't believe it.
No,
I look at her and I think, oh, that's Nia Jax. Do you get me? Like you look at her and think,
Yeah.
fuck, you just argue with Nia Jax. Like, yeah, they were champs or whatever, but fucking hell.
Yeah, she's also not safe.
Shayna, is that what you mean?
Yeah, Shayna.
Yeah, she's not. She's not safe. Well, she was. She's fucking hanging out with Nia's, right? Got Nia's curse.
She's a curse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you do with her. Ripley will verse a return, I think. So it's either Charlotte or Becky. Or Ronda, whoever it is. She will verse a return.
Will they lose the titles tonight and Shayna just absolutely batter Nia after it?
Oh, that'd be good.
You know? Just something like that, you know?
I'd pay to see that.
I don't get why they would lose the belt tonight, though. Against the opponents they had at Mania. It doesn't make sense.
I think it was just too, obvious. They had the number one contenders tag team tournament match the night before, for the second night. They won, do you get me? Like, that's how every person in the crowd thought. Surely we all thought that as well. But then we started having an inkling, we were like, it's too obvious they're going to win. Why is they going to lose now? And then within, 20 minutes, or whatever it was, they did, go on the back foot and they start coming to lose. And we were all just like, oh, why did we fall for that? Why did they put that fucking number one contender match on Mania? Put that on SmackDown if they're not going to win, you know? Do you get me?
They did it on TakeOver as well, didn't they? For Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Did he win?
No, he lost.
No, he lost, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
It's a bit different though. You've got the 2 nights here and they had loads of people on there. But Mania's fucking Mania. They didn't they should have number one contender matches at pay-per-views and at really important events or whatever. But the night 1 of Mania to go to night 2 for the women's tag team championships.
Yeah, was it needed?
Was it needed?
Yeah.
No.
You don't have it build up on night 1 Mania for night 2.
It was a match that could have been dropped to SmackDown, that thingy match, Turmoil, and then put the males up because SmackDown would have already said, oh well, Natty's through to fight on part 2 Sunday, and then you would have had an actual title match on the card.
And why wasn't any of these matches on the kickoff?
Yeah, no matches on kickoff. Weird.
The first night, I understand, because they wanted the first entrance to be McIntyre, blah, 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 but they fucked that up with the wind anyway. And then they brought out Titus and Hogan. They didn't need to come out on the first night. The first thing that we should have seen was the planes flying over, the American song or whatever, Vince McMahon saying, welcome to WrestleMania, video package, goes to the stadium, McIntyre's music, Broken Dreams. Oh my god. Yeah. That would have just been fuck! But instead, the rain happened, they can't help that, but then they brought out Titus and Hogan got booed.
Yeah,
and then that was
booed.
Yeah, really bad, and the atmosphere was just different. And it wasn't until McIntyre got to the ring that everyone was up for it. So his whole intro was, until he did that sword in and the pyro went off, I was like, yes, now we fucking pop in. Because Mania didn't have the pyro, did they? Because of the weather?
Yeah.
The intro. Where's night 2? I was so pumped by the end of the fireworks. I would nearly nutted in my pants, And then the Fiend fucking lost to an RKO.
No, it's like this is what I'm saying. So we've just spoke about it not long ago, that Sammy and Kevin seem to be on a time restraint. But then look at Rhea's entrance. Rhea's entrance was longer than needed to be.
It was because of the bloody song.
Yeah.
They can't. When you have a live performance, you can't cut it short.
No.
So Rhea was in the ring for about a minute, just standing there.
Yeah.
Did you see? You know that thing she comes out and does? She goes with her hands and then kicks her leg up and goes bang. She's done it too early. Did you see that? And then she's done it again.
Twice, didn't she? Yeah, she did it twice.
Yeah.
I seen that.
I bet she got to the ring and she was like, I'm embarrassed. No wonder she fucked it all up then, timing wise. I was cracked. I was like, what has she done?
But the match was it was alright. I think Asuka should have kept the belt. It's still too early for me for Ripley.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So
If
I think
Asuka-
Charlotte should have cost her the match or something.
If
That would have been
Asuka,
cool.
if Asuka kept the belt, you can do more.
yeah, you're setting Rhea
Yeah,
up to fail now.
But
Yeah.
now you've got Asuka, who is just going to sit mid card and just verse probably just random people now. And Ripley is. We've got no one to verse Ripley now.
No. Charlotte has to rock back up tonight, right? That's just got to happen.
Someone's
and set
got
up
to return.
Summer.
Someone has to return. Because otherwise, you will have not enough time to build a story for Backlash.
Yeah.
It's soon, right? It's like, what, 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah, 3-4 weeks. So say like that's 3-4 Raws. If you don't have someone return now for Ripley, you won't have a story for Backlash.
Yeah.
I want Sheamus to. Sorry, I'm go off. But I was just thinking about championships. Like, I'm ready for Backlash. I want the US Open Challenge to come back.
Yeah.
That was class. That one every week, just like randoms coming out.
Okay, so that was a women's match. So I'll give it a 6, just because it's a debut of Rhea. I don't agree.
same.
I don't agree with the decisions, but it is what it is, and we're just gonna have to see how that plays out. Alad,
I'd give it a 7.
7. Dell,
Yeah, 7 for me as well for Ripley.
Tosh,
It's a big deal, don't you?
6 from me.
6 and 7s across the board. Right, so last one, boys. Last one. So finally, show 2 days comes to an end on the return of the Rated R Superstar, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, triple threat, main event. Good match for me. Anyone else?
Oh, yeah, top notch.
Class.
I think it was the best match.
Definitely up there with one of the best main events. Well, it's been the main
Yeah, I
main
agree,
event
Dave.
in years.
Yeah.
And years.
100%.
When was the last one?
Yeah.
Brian triple threat wasn't that good of a match, but there were spots in it when they put it through the table and he got stretched out, or he just came back and he won, and he beat Triple H earlier on in the night and all this. And the ending was like phenomenal, but the main event was
Everything.
great.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But like this match was all about the match. There was spots through the table when he turned then after he put Brian through and Edge beat him off the steps. I had goosebumps. I was like, it's not even that big of a spot, but the crowd. It was like when McIntyre hit Lesnar out the Royal Rumble. It was fucking erupting in there. Jay Uso getting injured, taken away, fucking wicked. Just everything.
I was about to say that was such a good spot. It was really early on as well. Really early on. As soon as the match started, he was handing out super kicks as well, Jay Uso. So when he got injured, he was like, "Oh, there's the balancer," and he did come back later on. But it was so much like build up to it. And I think they literally, I know it's obviously Brian probably on his way out. It might have been his last Mania and all this because he's retiring. But it was literally, I'm sure they put Brian in there because they didn't want the crowd thinking, oh my God, it's either going to be Reigns or Edge winning. And we said this the other day about Brian being that technical wrestler, which will piece this match together. Because when you've got Edge and Reigns, Reigns isn't, say, the best technical wrestler in the world and that can carry matches, but he looks $1 million fucking dollars, and now his acting is like everything. He's coming across a much better talent.
He's the
with
best
Edge, I think, because
he's the best heel in the business now. Like after last night, he's the best heel in the business. He's just
the best
showing
heel
him.
in the business.
He's massive in
him.
I love.
And the difference between Roman. Sorry, man.
What I love. Normally, when you have a triple threat match, they completely forget that it's no DQ.
Yeah.
That straight away, Jey Uso got involved.
Yeah, they normally wait, don't they?
Good.
But yeah, to go straight in. Yeah, I'd everything.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense, didn't it? Like they were the heel team, were they? At ringside.
Yeah, because I'm a casual person who forgot that it was because I said in call last night. I was like, it wouldn't shock me if he got banished from ringside. Yeah. And then Sage was like, no, it wouldn't matter though, would it? Because there's no DQ. And I was like, oh shit, yeah. So it was. I see what you're saying, Ali. It was good that they made it aware dead early.
Yeah, it was straight away.
Yeah. Rolls into the outside. He had a super kick, didn't he? Brian. Yeah. Straight away, like.
Straight
but that's what I mean. Brian was there to be that extra oh, wait a minute. Like, to the crowd, they all looked at him thinking, fucking hell, they might give it to him here. Like, they need it, like, basically, for the WWE, I feel like they've looked at it and gone, we need another angle here to, like, swerve the crowd. Because I think that if Reigns had beat Edge clean, like he did last night against the two of them, it would have gone down worse than beating the two of them.
You have two heavy fan favourites. You have Edge and Bryan, who are two heavy fan favourites.
Also, for me, I had no idea who was going to win that match.
Nobody did. That was a thing.
When they both locked in their submissions.
Yeah.
I thought, he's tapping, but then they're going to have a match, a backlash between Bryan and Edge when it takes the championship.
The headbutts. The headbutts was so like, you know, like when Brock and Taker sat up and just started laughing at each other. It felt like that type of moment. I mean, they were just headbutting each other around while they were keeping the locks in. Class. It was so
Did you see him using the chair? That was class. He used the chair leg into his mouth.
Edge is elite. Edge is elite. He hasn't missed a fucking step. Like, he honestly... you would never think he had nearly 10 years since his last WrestleMania or whatever. Like, obviously, I know last year, but, I mean... Since one in front of people.
The spear collision was brutal.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, mate. It looked hard, that did, didn't it?
Like, straight into his shoulder. I would be dead.
Yeah,
what I loved about it is that Bryan made him tap the other week, at Fastlane, and Edge smashed Bryan with the thing and just left. Edge has used Bryan's finisher, and Reigns is there. He's gonna tap, and then you got Bryan stopping the tap. That was so fucking clever, like so clever. Edge, because that shows that Edge seen that Reigns tapped, but he still didn't he didn't call the match.
I like the fact there was a crossface as well, because a crossface is kind of like a taboo move now in WWE. I don't know if you know. It's so taboo.
Yeah.
I like the fact the crossface might be making a comeback.
Good.
Because it's a sick move.
It's a small pass, like what Sage mentioned. Edge tried to win through a submission, not through a spear.
Mm-hmm.
You don't normally see that from Edge.
No, I know, and that's what was so unpredictable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So unpredictable. Reigns went with the fucking concerto.
Yeah. One thing we all got right was that Bryan was taking the pin. So like Bryan's on the bottom of the pile anyway. It was common sense that Bryan was there to take the pin. What made Reigns come out of this smelling like fucking roses is the fact he pinned both of them.
Yeah.
If there was an error in that double pin where Edge's shoulders were maybe on Bryan or weren't touching the mat, then it could just be this typical shit. Edge wins, then we're gonna have that rivalry, man. But he made sure that all shoulders were on the floor.
He did, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Fucking brilliant.
I've just finished. I've just watched it again now. So, yeah, they were both on the mat.
Yeah. There can't be an argument.
I watched it back as well. Because that was all over Twitter saying, Edge technically should have won because he pinned Bryan and everything.
Yeah.
But it was only his ass on him, wasn't it? Bottom half.
So, I went to watch it back. And he didn't pin Bryan. But the finish was class. It made Roman look really strong.
Really strong.
The other 2 weeks.
It's set for Brock, right? Has to be set for Brock.
There's no one else now.
Who beats him?
I could see Braun.
Braun?
Really, I could really see Braun. I don't think Brock's back row fans.
He's different he's done a different show.
He can come over the SmackDown, can't he?
Well,
they can do open, can't they?
I mean, it would have to happen this week, wouldn't it? You'd just have to show up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think with Reigns being that, he is the guy now. If anyone doubted him. So basically, what I was saying about Lesnar last week, yesterday or the day before, is like, imagine tonight of Mania, Lesnar returns, he takes out Reigns, batters the shit of him. Heyman leaves with Reigns. He's no longer associated with Reigns. For the last 5-6 years, they've shoved Reigns down our throat as a face, and everyone's like, nah, because basically he should have won the Rumble when Batista did, but he didn't. And then when Reigns won the Rumble, Rusev should have won the Rumble. It was just this everlasting thing now. When McIntyre won the Rumble, he tossed Reigns out, and everyone didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So Reigns was this guy now that no one was invested in anymore. They could, except for children. Obviously, they all love Reigns. he could have been this. Like now, everyone loves him being heel. He's a fucking badass. He's this. He looks immense. Fucking promo's good. Like everything about it. Everything about him now is amazing. If they turn, the only way to get fans behind him as a face now moving forward is to get Lesnar to come in, destroy him, and Heyman leave. So now he's no longer got this like mouthpiece. He's on his own. Everyone's got that sorry, he's going to have that following that they wanted us to all follow him before, but he'd have it automatically with all the people that thought he's a badass now. People think he's the best heel in the business now because he could be the best face in the business now that he's the best heel.
Yeah,
now that he's done one of them and he's the best, he can do both of them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and
but the only way they would do that is Lesnar, I think.
Yeah, but people overlook that Lesnar's a good face too. He just doesn't get the chance to do it in the current form, but he was a good face back in the day. But then they also have this Parker Bordeaux, like he could come up because he's a fucking unit. He's just a big Brock, isn't it? Like he could come up and rock up to Reigns, and it would be believable without the Brock thing. The problem is now the problem. Yeah. I think the problem now is where does Edge go?
I think Edge got mid card, isn't he?
I think he's done. I think he's over, but I think he's over.
I mean,
I think he might go into like the AJ Styles role, where just keeps putting over talent, but does it in a good way.
I think it's bucket list for him now. I think it's whoever's around now that he wants to wrestle. He's gonna try get single match on Raw or whatever it is. I don't think he's gonna be main eventing. I'd be gutted because I think it's class.
He'll go into that like a Chris Jericho, AJ Styles role, where he puts over talent, but he looks strong in doing it.
Does he want to wrestle anymore, or was this what he wanted to do?
Well, that's it.
One last run.
Yeah, it could be it.
If he comes out tonight and retires, I'll fucking cry.
I said
no, we don't want you to leave. Like, we don't want you to go. You have not got a choice.
I said that in call the other day. Like when we were watching it live, and he stood there and he's running the length of the thing with his entrance, and then he stands in the middle and puts his hands up, and all the fireworks go off. Honestly, I was like, yes, like he got that.
There's no entrance like
he got that. No, it's sick. On this day, everything is music. The way he does it. Phenomenal. And then obviously when he's got his hands up and his head in the air and all that pyro's going off, that's what he wanted last year and didn't get. Is that enough for him to now walk away on his own terms and not put himself in any more danger?
What they can do, just stick it as a manager. His promo skills are so good.
Yeah, general manager would be good if they bring back that role. If he rocks up tonight and he's now in control of Raw, I would live with that. Live with that. Yeah. That's the type of thing that I want to see Edge doing. He's too good to be a ring manager. He's too good. Who would you put him with? It just wouldn't make sense. General manager, that makes sense. Bring Beth back to do it as well. Have Edge and Beth run Raw.
What do you call it? Didn't you see Samoa Joe's coming to Raw or coming out of commentary?
He's off commentary.
Yeah, he's off commentary now.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, that would
I want to see Beth
well.
Phoenix on there, class. Oh, brilliant.
So
very,
overall,
very
boys, 9 for me. I think the storytelling in the whole, from Jay getting absolutely smashed off a chair to the double pin at the end and all the spots in between, the chair where Edge was holding the bar. Yeah, it's a strong, solid 9 for me. Strong, solid 9. It can't be 10 for me because there was 3 of them. Because Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for me was a 10 based on what they did with the time. There was 3 of these. I think it could have been elevated a little bit, but I mean, they did class. They did class. 9 from me. Aled?
10.
10. Del?
9.5.
Sedge?
9.5.
And Tosh?
9 from me.
And that's Mania. That's the Team Friendship special pod. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're now going to go watch Raw because it starts in 4 minutes and we overrun like we always do. So I'm going to edit and try to get this out dead quick. Please do what you did on the first pod because it did amazingly better than what we planned. I'm sorry that it took nearly 2 weeks, but we felt a special was needed. Like, subscribe, and comment. It all helps. It's all free, and it'll allow us to do a third one. So yeah, bye bye.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to
Bye.
Podcast.
Shalom.